Marla.
Aloha.
How are you?
So, apparently, we're going to do All My Sons in April, directed by Roland Grail.
Roland Grail? Is he still alive?
I mean, we may have to dig him out of his grave, but yeah. God knows Daryl would sooner dig old white British Roland Grail out of his grave so we can bring live theater back to do fucking All My Sons, which has been fucking redone 10 billion times and let a single woman or person of color do anything with our company.
Well, at least we're doing our Wole Soyinka podcast.
We're doing one little audio drama written by a POC artist this year. And who do we get to direct? Some like pasty old white dude who teaches drama at BU.
Wait, so now they think we're going to be back on stage in April and do like socially distanced?
I don't know, man. Honestly, at this point, I think it'd be good if we just close.
Don't say that.
Nobody needs us. Nobody needs our creative conversations that we're posting with our boring ass old white men. Nobody needs our all white cast, all white designers, all white, every white person ever virtual production, a cameo reel, which now Daryl wants to call
a virtual experience.
No, he just came up with a new one.
Oh God.
He wants to call it a Zoomity, as in Zoom comedy. Sorry, I don't mean to rant.
No, please.
I'm just fully sick of everything. Like, I just can't understand why we're sitting here on fucking Zoom dealing with the same bullshit we were dealing with 6 months ago with a fucking pandemic and fucking Trump. I mean, remember when we were going home for 2 weeks? Oh, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
I know.
And I think I'm going slowly blind because I see spots all the time. Does that happen to you?
No, what do you
From
mean?
The fucking screens, whatever. And I mean this with the utmost respect. I love Daryl. I think he's a genius. Well, I don't love Daryl, but I respect him. But he is batshit out of his mind nuts. Like literally, the department heads meeting last Monday, he fucking calls in Garrick Chavot, like the uber slick press rep of all press reps, on the carpet in front of everybody and starts yelling at him. Like, how come the GWBOR is down? And how come we have no donations? And like, blah, 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 blah.
Happening to him?
Fuck if I know. But it went on for half a fucking hour. Like, oh, we got to save the theater. COVID-19 will be the death knell of the theater. And I'm like, dude, theater's been around for a millennia. Like, it's going to be fine. And he's like, oh, we got to look at these trend lines. I simply can't fathom the trend lines. And I'm like, shut up. Like, don't act like you don't understand the data. Like, anybody with a modicum of intelligence can understand the fucking data. Like, we haven't had a hit since Kit Tibbett did the Dance of Death 10 years ago when we opened the building. And like, there's a reason for that. It's called the programming sucks. I mean, I get it. You have this fusty, elitist, Anglo-Saxon, neoclassical fetish, and your every wet dream is to have Peter Brook come down here and fucking deep throat you. But like, let's be real. If all we do is keep mounting these plays no one gives a fuck about from the cannon, every last one of which bombs and digs us into a deeper deficit, like, yeah, no fucking shit, we're gonna be in millions of dollars of debt. Our work is irrelevant. And no amount of you trying to say you friends with Black people now and slapping a bunch of kitschy labels on the same bullshit you were doing before and calling it a digital season is gonna make you any type of vital. But I'm just a literary manager.
I just got some new hate mail.
Oh God, why?
Moss Brodsky, Livingston, New Jersey, wants a refund.
Ugh, to be continued.
Hi, Marla.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Where's Daryl? Is he there?
I'm there.
Okay.
Hey, Daryl.
Hey, Marla, listen, oh, gosh, I've made such a fuss about this whole Zoomity thing. It's just I want to try something else to try and sell the show.
Okay.
Get your copy, get your play.
I can't see you, Daryl.
I'm looking for a quote. It has to do with conmen and hustlers.
Daryl, we can't see you.
Wait. I'm imagining the quote. It has something to do with the title.
Daryl, sorry. All we see is black right now. So down the left-hand corner, you should have a video.
Would you just calm down? Oh, I have now forgot it. I have no idea what I was going to say now. None.
Very good. We don't have to see you. All right, Marla, how's it going with the conversations?
Great. I emailed Professor Glummett on the 9th. I still haven't heard back yet.
Any names, okay? I would like to try and actually make some money.
Oh, there you are. We see you now,
I'm
Daryl.
thinking about Albie, okay? Where's Steph?
I'm right here.
Oh, Steph, I want you to send a personal email from me to Edward Albie.
He's dead.
Edward? Edward Albie's dead?
Yes.
When?
Oh, about 5 years ago. You're not in good shape today. Maybe you want to hold
Did
off
I ever tell you
after
what
the-
Edward said to me? It was 1997, okay? I'm in a tribute for Uta Hagen.
All right, we're going to go to our meeting now. Thanks. Thanks.
And
Okay.
I'm down in the green room of town hall, okay? And I'm speaking to Matthew Broderick, and we're talking. And Edward comes across the room. Where's Marla?
Hi, Daryl.
Starting our meeting now, Daryl. Marla exited.
Oh,
It's me. Hey.
Remember, we need to have an important discussion this morning with Betty and Garrick. Now, you see, you're sitting there and you're nodding, but you're...
oh gosh. Good God. What a mishmash. I mean, the perils of modern electronics.
So how are you, Daryl?
Well, I've got cancer, which is not the end of the world. But you get cancer and you learn, Betty, that there are 73,000 kinds of cancer. And not all of them are, well, I mean, none of them are particularly good, but, well,
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say right now, Daryl.
well, we go on.
And these pills is another thing.
In me, you see the twilight of such day, as after sun doth setteth in the west, and by black doth take away.
You're keeping them in your bathrobe. This doesn't seem like the best.
Well, I've got the I got the white pills are here, and I've got the blue pills here, so it's fine.
Hello.
Hi, Garrick.
Hi, guys.
Where are you? Still in Brooklyn Heights in your apartment?
Oh, no. Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Yeah. Oh. I'm in my kitchen and I'm currently pouring some of this carrot soup that I've made into this little Tupperware. That's about the tenor of life here at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
So here we are. Before we get into this, thank you everybody for coming and for coming on such notice. But I just want to say, as to the areas we will all be discussing, I think it's very important for us to have an inside world and an outside world. Myself, Daryl, Betty, and Garrett, we will know things that the outside world doesn't know. I just want to stress that.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are invoking the cone of silence.
So, exactly 17 years ago, Daryl asked me to join this company. I've been in this position now through lean times and through surplus times. I'm a profoundly practical man, and that's how I will lead this company. Obviously, theaters all over the country are in the same boat as we are right now. We knew what was coming down the pipe. Given all the variables for the last 6 months, from reducing the expense side, cutting staff, transitioning to digital, we immediately switched into survival mode. And so far, we should feel to some degree
We should feel confident about the future.
that we've dodged a bullet.
And I'm confident, really. I'm sitting here feeling confident. And everything's going to be okay. Really. It's going to be great, okay? So there's no reason to panic.
No, nobody's panicking.
And you're doing a wonderful job, Andy, as business manager. You know, I have to sort of pat myself on the back here. You're a very different guy than when I first brought you on. You remember you had those chops down to there and your opinions. And you remember that time, Andy, where you thought it would be a good idea to have a season of plays by Heinrich van Kleist? No, but you're going to do a wonderful job. I mean it from my heart. Because if anyone can get out there and beat the bushes and raise the cash and keep this theater from being torn down or, you know, whatever happens, it's you. And I'm picking the right man. And you're going to beat this, okay?
If you look at your screen, you're going to see some financials. I'm going to start with line 60. Betty is going to mark this line. Okay. You see this number? This is, let's start with this. This is what?
A 2.
Good. It says we have a deficit of $2,653,355. That's what that says. This is due to a number of factors. The principal hit, obviously, what happened this spring, but there are others. The point is, this is a crossroads for the theater. And without being Cassandra, we need to make changes, dramatic changes. We need to face our reality. We need to change strategy. And we've got to really work like hell to raise revenue now so that we exist as an organization in the future. That's what we need to do. Betty, over to you.
So, Daryl, as you can see, we have a couple of different components we're working on. There are some redesignations. There is the sale of our Kamloops stock.
What?
Kamloops?
Kamloops in British Columbia. 10 years ago, the Randolph Bainmore Foundation gifted the theater shares in 6 sawmills it owned there.
I don't remember any fucking sawmills.
Well, we own these shares and we've been advised to liquidize. Basically, with only the anticipated proceeds from Kamloops, and this is conservative estimating, but we've been given a clean and faithful opinion that we would have, net after legal, just shy of 1.5 million in hand, unrestricted.
Right, and now we're ratcheting back that projected year-end 2.6.
Good.
But we still got to close that additional $500,000 gap, but that's the next part of the next steps. Any questions?
Unanimous approval. Keep it up. Yeah, deft work. Very good, very good. Keep at it.
Just one more thing, Daryl, Garrick, the release.
Okay. So, hey, this is the story we are going to be telling. 35 years of leadership. Daryl has defined the spirit of Ant. Andy is now propelling us forward. Now, here's the thing that I'm thinking, because this is what we're going to be telling to, putting out for the press and the city and donors.
Right.
If we could just come up with 2 or 3 lines, just sort of about why Ant didn't feel like it needed to do a search for the next artistic director. Just something like short and sweet so that people don't, think that, Daryl just sort of is like grandfathering Andy into the position. So, like quoting Daryl here, Andy Martin is the ideal person for the job, said Leppendorf. I'm leaving Ant in very capable hands. Andy embodies integrity, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to put those words in your mouth, okay, Daryl? Great. And then Andy, I'd really love to hear from you. What is it, that most compels you about taking this on? What is your, your vision?
My vision.
I don't want to make this too tough. So let's just go back. Imagine that we are at a campfire. And now I want you, Andy, to think about why you first got involved in theater. I don't just mean Ant. I mean theater. What were the seeds? Think, what were the seeds?
Well, I don't have training formally
Okay.
in the profession.
Well, but you acted when you were a kid.
No, that wasn't acting.
Yeah, it was acting.
Hey! Hey!
So you were in acting.
No, no.
Yes. Yes,
I-
he
I
was.
was in like MAME when I was like 12.
Mame?
Yeah, it was a school show.
Eh,
No, we'll always be bosom buddies.
Pick it up!
We'll
Pick it up! Pick up the fucking roll!
Daryl?
For fuck's sakes! You filthy dumb
Daryl,
fuck.
Daryl, are you okay?
Huh?
We were hearing some noise.
What?
Some noise in the background.
it sounded like someone shouting.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy taking a shit in my courtyard. Got his pants draped around his ankles. He's picking chunks of shit out of his ass.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
I threw a toilet roll towards him, but it didn't get to him. Okay, just sort of, it rolled towards him. Oh, the police are coming now. Maybe they'll see him. No, they went right by. I'm gonna throw him another roll.
May I suggest perhaps we adjourn?
Hey!
Okay. Thank
Hey!
you.
All right, I'll just plug the other stuff in when I get it.
Oh, cocksucker!
Thank you. Thank you,
Oh, in
sir.
God's name, what the fuck?
Hello.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, Steph. Got a sec?
Sure.
Okay. Great.
What's going on?
Well, this is delicate. I'm telling you this off the record.
There's no record.
I know. I just, oh, well, this is what it is. Unfortunately, I guess I should say, unfortunately, for a variety of reasons, Daryl has come down with cancer,
Holy shit.
stage 4 cancer. Yes, and he will be retiring at the end of the year. I will take over for him. So, it's going to sort of be like the cherry orchard. I'm going to be the guy trying to save the cherry orchard. But I mean, the solutions are there. It's not as if we're, staring bankruptcy in the face. That is not the case. That is not the case. Basically, if we can make it to April, we should be able to at least keep treading water. But if things don't get back to business as usual, it will get ugly really, really fast. So now we come to you. Where do you fall in this picture? Okay, first off, I don't want you to feel that your position is in any way in jeopardy. Some of the people who have been furloughed, actually, well, everybody who has been furloughed won't be coming back. But I want you to hear from me just how important you are, Steph. I mean,
You don't have to say that.
listen, you're wonderful. And I really appreciate what you do for the theater. And, notwithstanding what happened during Peer Gynt, I think that
I don't want to talk about Peer Gynt.
I just meant that.
Really mean that. I really mean that, Andy. Unless
No, I just, well,
what?
never mind. Okay, how do I get at this? I won't be hiring a new GM. Betty and I have been looking at ways that we can take various components of the job and redistribute them. We're still putting the flesh on this.
Okay.
But there are some pieces of the role Betty will be talking to Marla about taking on. If she agrees, she will become my associate producer, which in terms of the optics, I think would be helpful for the theater. Now, I would then need somebody to take over literary. Is that in theory something that you would be interested in taking on?
Are you serious?
Yes.
No, no, I mean, yeah, yes, I would be very interested in theory.
Right. Because I always see you and you're doing brain deadened, petty shit. And I know that's not why you went to Wesleyan and got a degree in performance and English lit.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You want to get your hands into some artistic stuff.
Yeah.
Look, you and I well know you're not an assistant. I mean, not with your qualifications. I mean, to be honest, with your resume, you could practically be running this place solo.
No, I mean, an opportunity like this to really take on more is, really something I've been hoping for some time.
Great. Now, obviously, with Corona going on, the name of the game is bean counting. Betty, for example, will be taking a pay cut, but she's married. She doesn't have to have a paycheck. So when it comes to you, you will still be, to the extent possible, doing what you've been doing for Daryl, but as my assistant. You will get a title change, and I hope you would be getting a raise. You certainly deserve a raise. But yeah, I wouldn't officially be able to give you a time frame. But I'm not saying you won't go up. You will definitely go up eventually. Fingers crossed. I'm not asking you to make any decisions right now.
Okay.
But, well, to be totally transparent, if you want to stay at the theater, you will have to do this.
Sorry, Daryl's on the way.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll talk later. Okay. Hey, you have a good night, right?
Hi, Daryl. How's it going?
I want to dictate something.
All right, just let me get my email up.
Somebody send me a letter. I want this to be in response. Okay, it's to a Spratsky.
Got it. Whenever you're ready. Well,
all right. Sir, thank you so much for your charming letter. Nothing warms my heart more than getting crackpot mail from some illiterate backwoods shitheel. I assure you that having my theater referred to as quote a money grubbing warehouse
or house. Whorehouse. That's an O.
Oh. Whorehouse, unquote, is a superb delight, surpassed only by the whopping thrill of being personally derided as a morally insensitive, artistically incompetent fraud. I try, as a rule, never to engage with people who have nothing better to do than waste their time babbling about like some stupid alcoholic fucking chimpanzee. Wait. Sorry. Stop. Take out chimpanzee. babbling about like some stupid alcoholic fucking beast whale, writing smug and heady, narcissistic correspondence. What? Question mark. Is Livingston, New Jersey, some site of a state prison or something? Question mark. New paragraph. To begin, every theater company makes its season programming decisions accordingly. I assure you that as founder and president and CEO of this establishment, I make mine as I see fit. Let me ask you a question. When you're a guest at somebody's hotel, do you run around that hotel like some fucking no-brain jackass turkey? Telling the manager to yada, 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 blabbing about this and blabbing about that. Your role, Mr. Spratsky, is a consumer. You do not tell me what to put on the stage. I mean, you know, things being relative, of course. You can complain. You can vex like some schmuck with your bullshit, arrogant crap. You look down on my art from your fucking high horse. All of those are well within your rights. If you insult me, if you disrespect me and my company, I understand you are low IQ, man, but I will never disrespect you like that. And I am a customer service fanatic. I love hearing feedback from my fans. I am open to dialogue. Number 2. I got into showbiz. Well, I started when I was 18 years old. And I worked up, and yes, you are right. I feel greatly miserable about the year's calamities, and I deeply care about our institutions. And you're right. You're right. The theater in this country, it's in danger. It's in grave, grave danger. And we have to do something about it. But that will only happen when people like you stop coming to the theater. We will know when that happy day has arrived. And you will have fucking shot yourself, motherfucker. And now you say you want a refund, huh? Well, fat chance, you loudmouth drunk shit. We do not refund our customers. However, I would like to give you something. Now, if you will allow me, if you give me the pleasure of allowing me to give to you as a courtesy of the American National Theater, my big fat dick right up your ass, because that is our policy. So I hope you like having your ass stretched with a big wad of cum right up inside it, because that's what I'm gonna give you. I may not be endowed with the donkey dick that I used to have, but this is our policy, okay? You agreed to it. You agreed to the terms of our policy. We do not give refunds.
What's going on? Oh my God, what happened?
No, he just collapsed.
Oh my God, he's
Should we call somebody? I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna call somebody.
Daryl's not breathing.
Call 911.
Collapse. Daryl. Daryl.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think someone's had a heart attack.
Oh, he's dead. Daryl's dead. He's dead.
I don't know.
Hey, Steph.
Hey, how are you? What?
It's already 10:50 and I haven't even started my day. Just been fucking making a slideshow for a dead founding artistic director.
Oh my God, you're doing that?
Who else will be doing that?
Family members?
Nope. I'm doing the memorial slideshow. 675 pictures.
That is so not your job.
Girl, it's like 2 people working at this theater now. I do everything. Hold on, let me put this back. Woo! Did you see? We got publicly flogged in the time.
No, did we?
They trashed us. Like truly brutal. I mean, I don't give a shit what they say. I do give a shit what they say because it matters to our bottom line, but
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Honestly, I couldn't even watch like the actual thing.
I just feel like the Times only has room to lick the ass of one theater per month during the pandemic. Like that seems like the ratio, you know?
Yeah. Hey, question for you. It's not like a big deal. It's just this guy. He's clearly bananas. He keeps writing me to ask me to set him up with Blaze. He's got the script. He's trying to whatever.
Well, Miss Director of Literary Development, that is your department now.
Well, I think you should read it. It's about 3 Japanese sailors who get lost at sea and then they start to eat each other. It's a musical.
Oh God.
And he's given it a Japanese title, Akazuki.
Akazuki.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is he Japanese?
His name is Chad Cooper. He lives in Park Slope, Brooklyn.
Ah.
Anyway, so I write him back nicely saying we're not at liberty to disclose our artist's personal contact details and blah, 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 blah.
Speaking of racism, can you please brief Andy on how to say the name of the playwright before the production meeting?
I think we should just start a betting pool. That'd be more fun.
Like, you need to do that. That's the name of the playwright.
$5 when he comes on, he says it correctly.
You gonna put down money?
I have a good feeling. Today's the day. It's just gonna hit him.
Ugh. Oh, wow.
What? What is it?
It's a picture of Daryl at the Obies. Were you? No, this was before your time. Oh, so heartbreaking. I don't even want to tell the story.
Okay.
So it's like a month before the Obies. And a certain actress who shall go nameless writes to Daryl. Hey, honey, between me and you, I'm on the jury of the Obies this year, and I love you so much, and I'm really pushing for you to get the Lifetime Achievement Award. So then Daryl sends me to the American Theater Wing to buy all these tickets to the Obies. Meanwhile, he starts sending all these emails to his friends like, hey guys, like I heard from like a trusted source, like I'm gonna be getting the Lifetime Achievement at the Obies this year. So all his friends come and the whole company comes. And we're all sitting there in Webster Hall like, oh my God, Daryl's gonna get the Lifetime Achievement Award tonight.
Oh, that's sad.
Poor Daryl. Like he had never received any recognition, you know. But the worst part is he was never even invited to the Obies. Like that's a sure sign you're not getting an award if you weren't invited, Daryl. So fucking Jillian Jarvis comes out and she starts giving this speech. You know, like the leader of a venerable institution, the classics at its core, something. She starts talking about classics. And I look over at Daryl and he was so proud.
Oh God.
So the speech goes on. like plays that are timeless, reinterpreted in new adaptations with all Asian American casts. And then they give the award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, to Nita Lynn.
Wow.
Hang on, I gotta let Andy in.
Wait, quick. What's your bet?
$5, he royally fucks it up as always.
Ladies, how are you? Yeah, you look hot.
Oh, yeah, the radiator in my apartment's broken. I can't turn it off.
I pulled up the data if you want to see.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
It's a bad review. That's what it is. No way around it.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone that I've talked to since has had the exact opposite response. I mean, remarks on Facebook, calls from friends, nothing but positives. But anyway.
Well, Sunday's the New Yorker piece.
Now, I see a lot of these Zoom shows. Professionally, I watch all the critics' picks. And, we're not exactly talking like the Met in HD here, I mean, some of this stuff, most of it looks basically just like a Zoom meeting, but the fucking Times loves it. Rave reviews. What? Steph, you're smiling.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to smile.
There's nothing wrong with smiling. What? What are you smiling about?
Nothing. It's just you got a message this morning from Sir Patrick Stewart.
What?
Yeah, well, he just called to congratulate you on Camelot. He hears it's a stellar revival. He can't wait to stream it.
Oh,
Must have been for that other Andy Martin.
you just have to be the right place in the alphabet.
What's this?
There's another Andy Martin, an Andy Martin who's an attorney.
The VP of Nederlander.
Yes, and occasionally famous personalities call me and invite me to lunch because they think I'm the other Andy Martin. So, Steph, what's happening with Schultz?
So you have a call with him this weekend, Sunday?
This Sunday.
11:30 a.m.
Okay. Dankeschön. Now, Death and the King's Horseman, how's the panel going?
So I've reached out to Hilton,
Uh-huh.
and he's agreed to host.
Yeah. And who else you out to?
Oh, no one yet. I was waiting until we met.
I see. So there's no asks out?
No.
Okay, but I sent you the list. You have all the potentials.
And I read over that list.
Okay, well, why don't you read over the list again and we can have a discussion about it? We want people of color, artists, talking about Wally.
It's Wole.
Wole, excuse me, about Wole Sononika's impact on their culture. We want Jacobs Jenkins. We want DeVere Smith. We want, is it Marissi, the playwright who?
Dominique Morisseau?
Yes, him. Just go down the list. Huh? What? Is there something weird about that? It feels like, you feel like you're rather despondent here.
Yeah, I'm just playing this out in my head, like this scenario of me going to all these people who we don't have a relationship with and have never put their work on stage and basically saying, well, you're Black, come talk about this Black playwright, I mean, imagine if you were Anna Devere Smith and someone just came up out of the blue and said that.
That's obviously not what we're doing.
Hi, Andy. Can you hear me?
Just a second.
No, JP's on our Zoom. We're waiting for you.
I'll be right there.
Just personally, I would rather not be the person who has to call up all these artists and make them feel deeply offended by inviting them to some kind of one night only Black History Month type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
What? Okay, I mean, I don't think it's like shocking news to you that A&T hasn't been particularly progressive in this area.
What area?
Diversity, race, anything? Like,
Wait. A&T, New York's cultural theater company, par eminence, is not progressive with diversity? That's what you're saying?
we've been around since
No. Wait. Now, I'm not at all defensive about this, but if you're saying there's a diversity issue, then I'm going to have to ask you for specifics.
okay, well, that's what I'm trying to do. It's
No,
just
no,
that in
you-
our nearly 40 years of existence, we've never hired a single person of color to direct a play.
What?
Never
That-
once.
that is-
Never once. There's never been one. Look in the
Yeah.
archive.
Steph, please. You don't have to contradict me. I have my own memory.
Go back. You don't see a single director of color working at the theater. Marla can tell you, right, Marla?
I mean, I think that you could say, technically, that we've worked with folks,
What?
or at least
Yes,
reached out to work with folks with something like a workshop,
exactly.
but I think it's problematic.
Yeah. Wait. Before we get into problematic, you've made a very strong criticism of this theater, and that is not acceptable.
I
mean,
just
do you know
think
what you
that
said?
we
Wait, let me just speak, okay? You feel that there is a problem, or what you perceive as a problem for people of color at the theater, right? And I am just simply going to observe to you that you are incorrect in that perception.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. Come on, Steph, it matters. It's got to matter to you. Stick to your guns. Doesn't it matter to you? I mean, you feel a strong passion about this. Let's own it. I think it's good. Be passionate. Really, I'm not using these words pejoratively. You hearing me? Okay. But I respect that. I personally headed up a committee on this, personally, about exchange between culture. Back in 2010, long before it became in vogue, okay, Daryl himself commissioned Barbara Ann Tier all those years ago. We had a reading series going. There was a guy, Reggie. Oh, come on, what the hell was his name, Marla? He was an artist who was diverse. For example, Steph, if there were those barriers, let's call them, why would the three of us be working together? I mean, you clearly are not of my nationality, and Marla, who I've just appointed associate producer, right? Marla is certainly not of my skin color. Not that I feel that there's any, I mean, I don't even notice anymore. To me, Marla is just plain old Marla. plain old, but you know what I mean. So if you're saying that the ant does not value diversity, like, hello. And by the way, you may remember a few months ago, we made a statement, a very strong statement about a movement, the Black Life Matters movement. It was featured prominently on our website that we stand with Black life. So you've made a little bit of a factual error. It's all right, but it's factual. So I don't know what the problem is. I see no problem whatsoever.
Andy.
I'll be right there. I'm coming back on at 5:30. I need to go over a couple things with you, Steph. Thanks.
I thought you were going to back me up.
You know, I don't even know what you're even going there with him for. Like, literally, what's the point? Like, you know, this place is never going to change. You see that, right? We are working under a dictatorship. And first we had Mussolini and now we have fucking Hitler. Like, that's how it fucking works. Sorry, I know I'm saying this in an angry way.
No.
I don't feel angry towards you.
No, you're right.
Look, this is American theater. This entire industry has been built on white folk and their mediocrity. Like, that is literally the foundation of American theater from its inception. It's just going to always be the white man failing up.
Dear Wole, period. Just writing to let you know I've been able to confirm Hilton, is it Al's or Ales?
Al's.
Hilton Al's, thank you, will moderate the talk about your work, period. I will continue to get major artists who have been inspired by you, period. Thanks and all the best, comma, Andy Martin, comma, the artistic director at American National Theater. Take out the. Artistic director at American National Theater, of American National Theater. Make it artistic director, take out of. Just Andy Martin, comma, artistic director, comma, American National Theater. You know, Daryl, before he started this theater, he had wanted to be an actor, a classical actor, doing Shakespeare. So he came to New York, this little heeb from Ohio. He tries getting work at the Public, doesn't get cast. So he tries the Guthrie, Oregon, nobody wants him. At first, he was confused. What? Am I really that bad? And then it dawned on him. It was anti-Semitism. You see, in those days, guys like him, they couldn't even get seen for those roles. And he was an atheist, but it didn't matter. He was a Jew. And that's why he couldn't get cast. So, you know, if there was anybody who would have related to what you're saying, would have been Daryl. Not that he had the same handicaps as a Black, but yeah. He wanted more than anything to play Yakimo, coming out of the trunk in the sleeping girl's room.
Are we done with this email? It's getting late and I'm supposed to go to a Geffen Zoom thing at 7.
Yeah, we're done. What happened?
What?
I, man, we used to be such pals. Well,
Well, what? What do you want me to say? I don't know.
simple fucking sorry would suffice.
Please don't yell.
I'm not yelling. You, somewhere along this way, you just started acting all different. You're cold, distant, and our conversations are just the most mundane and superficial thing I've ever seen. Christ's sake, I have a lady who cleans my fucking house. I have deeper, more involved conversations with, in which personal aspects of our lives are shared, meaningful conversations, discussions that arise spontaneously, unheralded, in which ideas about art, about human affairs, in general life, yes, are exchanged. But you, like a brick wall, and anything, any ideas that I propose, you just immediately tear them apart. Like today, for instance, over some fucking talkback thing.
Can we please not do this?
I email you a whole huge list of people.
Andy, just trying to make this into like some kind of David Mamet play or something right now.
I'm not trying to make anything. I ask you a question and you give me fucking pushback. And then saying again and again that panel is racist. It's racist. It's racist.
What? I never said those words.
You said that I was racially profiling, that I have a bias.
What?
Yes. You said I have a bias.
Okay, that must be what you think of yourself because I never use those words.
Oh, you use those words.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I said.
No, I know what you said. You said, I have a bias.
Listen to what I was saying.
Listen, I listened so carefully. I know better than you what you fucking said.
Okay, well, you know what? Your ideas are shit. It's objective. And you make it obvious that you hold racist views. I'm not going to apologize for that.
It makes me feel just about this big. Just about this big. For Christ's sake. It gets to where I don't even know where I am anymore. I mean, I keep waking up every day. I keep trying to figure it out. I gave her a job. Gave her a good job. I should have let her go, but I didn't. 80% staff reduction. I kept her on. Gave her a post. Gave her a title. Elevated her to literary manager. Because I wanted to help her. I wanted to do something for Steph. I wanted to help Steph. I can't understand. Why? Why are you cutting me out? Just please explain it to me. I won't get upset.
Well, there really isn't anything to explain. I have just been really focused on the work. You know, I'm nose to the grindstone 12 hours a day and I'm doing it for nothing. You know, no money almost.
It's stressful.
Yeah. I've just been focused. That's all. And if we aren't talking as much or as frequently as we used to, I'm I'm sorry. It's not intentional. It's not intentional at all. I'm just doing what we're all trying to do. I care about the ant as much as anyone, you know?
Yeah. Well, you don't care about me.
I do. I do care about you, Andy. And you know that.
Sorry if I got angry, if I got testy. Thank you for explaining it.
Okay.
You know, when you wear those glasses, it's just it makes you look so so and uh, you know, I'm always thinking about you. I just keep thinking. Oh God, oh, Steph. Oh, I like it. I like being able to watch you. What are you doing? Well, okay, wait. Oh, hold on. What are you? I'm I'm not doing anything. What are you? Look, I, how do I escape that? Oh, 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 fucking hell! Say it. Say it. What?
So apparently, it seems like she thinks
Yes?
that you were
Say it. Say it. What? What? Exactly what? I need to know explicitly, specifically, what she said something precisely. Betty, please, I need to know. She told you she thinks something. What? What?
that you know.
No, I don't know.
She told me you assaulted her.
That's what she told you?
Yes. Yes.
She herself said that?
Yes.
But specifically, what? Assault is very vague. Was there a precise scenario evoked?
No, scenarios. Scenarios.
All right. So what we're dealing with is harassment
Yes.
Ah, ah, okay. Wow. So look, I'm not going down this road, and I'm telling you this right now. Steph is going down the lines of manipulation for whatever reason. She has her reasons.
Okay.
No, wait a minute, because this is where I get really upset is when people with their own agendas, and of course, completely hidden agendas, they fabricate a cover story, a falsehoods. So let me tell you the real story, my story, and I'm giving you facts. See, last Friday, we had a meeting about the Wally Sonaneka panel. And basically, Steph, Marla, and I had a conversation last Friday where there were some disagreements as to which people, all along, from day one, 3.5 years ago till today, she has had an opinion about me. And the the thing is never the same. Oh, last week is a fucking talk. Today I'm harassed. I will stand in front of anybody, okay, and say I did not do this.
Okay, Andy, I know you're angry and understandably, but let's just take a deep breath, okay? Just it's personalities, right? It's a clash of personalities. She's probably not even doing it consciously. She just has feelings, and they're real feelings. They are. But to blow those feelings way out of proportion, and this word, harassment, it just gets thrown around so much now. It hardly has any meaning at all.
Exactly.
It's become a label and gets pinned on small little things that at the end of the day have more to do with temperaments.
Right.
This rhetoric, and we try to find labels and we find rhetoric to pin on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying nothing happened.
Nowadays, people can just take anything and manipulate it. So and so was there, who wasn't there, doing such and such. Photoshop. People Photoshop things, pictures, videos, and suddenly complete fantasies made up out of whole cloth. And these things are reality. I mean, it is goddamn fucking Orwellian. I'm just saying.
So I've already spoken to Manley at Cool Garden Leary, an absolute client lawyer privilege, of course. We spoke through the release.
What are they doing? An NDA or?
Yes, it clears up everything.
Did Manley write it or?
All himself. So we're willing to just let her go, which she just wants to leave anyway. And the position Manley takes.
She wants to leave. Let her leave. Good riddance.
Well, what it boils down to, she is parting at will. She's not giving notice, so it's breach of contract.
Can we sue her?
Yes, but we're not. We're going to handle this privately. It just wouldn't be wise. You have someone behaving irrationally.
No. That's good. Don't add fire on the flame.
So we treat it like it's a positive thing. An amicable separation, and it dies quickly.
Fine. And you'll take care of this, and you'll make sure she is blocked from the system, and she is allowed no access to anything. Jesus. Why today? If JP ever hears anything about this story, it could get really fucking deep six here.
There is no story. There is no story.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to waste 30 minutes of my life talking to Constant Contact about emails. Anyway, Betty, Andy, hello.
Marla's still here.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
we can. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Video too.
Well, I don't know what happened. Oh, and now we have Garrett.
Terrific. Hi, Garrick.
How you doing?
All right. Nice to see you. Well, it's 5 past. Let's start the meeting.
Oh, great.
So why don't we jump in with production?
So just gearing up for Cyber Horseman. First rehearsals are next week. Yay. Kamino's still chugging, still waiting on some magic thing to happen. All my children, all my sons, all our publicity went out last week. We were anticipating a little over optimistically that we would be able to reopen in April, but as it turns out, that is not happening. So we have to obviously send out another blast. Andy, I have something I'm going to send you to look at ASAP.
I'm actually gonna speak to that, but later. Let's move on for now.
All right. And the slideshow for the memorial?
Working on it.
Great. Well, Literary is out sick today.
Move on. Let's move on. Development.
The Bainmore Foundation finally sold those sawmills in Kamloops. Cash from our shares was transferred to our bank account at the end of last week. Regrettably, we didn't get quite what we expected. Total balance comes to just under 400K for a loss of income, which leaves us essentially net negative to the tune of $1 million.
Hit you right in the solar plexus.
Yeah. In any event, on a financially more inspiring note, the Pfister Foundation, because of J.P. Pfister's love of the building that his name is on, and also, of course, his love of theater, has just pledged a new gift of $2 million in Daryl's honor.
Whoa.
This afternoon, Andy will convene with JP to work out the fine print, and barring any unanticipated disasters, all will go smoothly, and we will be getting that $2 million before the end of Q2. And lastly, I'm still out there pounding the proverbial pavement. I feel a little like a one-woman Jerry Lewis telethon. I just got to keep kicking that can down the road and plugging the round dots into the round hole. Now, I know it all sounds like words, but the reality is there are some Upper East people there's no question I can close.
Just nail them down.
And the Sharps, though they've been incommunicado in the Cayman Islands, I know they love the arts, and they know they're getting away with murder. So, Garrick?
Yeah. So, well, the statement released by the league last week about theaters not opening.
Already covered that.
Okay. Well, the silver lining at this point is that June is looking very likely.
We aren't reopening until September. Thanks. Now, I need to talk about something that's been happening. I just need to speak frankly about programming. You know, you look at our history, honest to God, Daryl, he really did take us from nowhere, and not just to somewhere, but to here. The problem has been, and this is not self-criticism, play selection has always been his bailiwick. And so when it comes to where the Keebler cookies come from, I can't take credit. Now, in truth, Daryl, even by his own admission, would be the first to say that in all the years we've been around, we've been a middling theater company. We do middling work most of the time, and every now and then we get lucky and do a dance of death.
I just want to say I'm glad we're raising this topic.
Okay.
we started a conversation last Friday, and I think it'd be really important for us.
Marla, hold on. I got a lot. I got to try getting in here. Okay.
Sure.
My point is, we should do better, and we will be doing better starting next year. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts because I have a bit of news. I was talking to Al Pacino last night, and guess who is going to be at the American National Theater next year? Yeah. Academy Award winner Al Pacino. Live in September at ANT. Garrick, this is what I want. Announcement in the Times, 21-22. The Ant is back. Back on stage. Back in the Pfister. For the first time in a year and a half. And we open with Shakespeare's Othello, starring Academy Award winner Al Pacino. And Mr. Pacino plays Othello, a role he's never played, but always wanted to play.
You mean plays Iago?
No, Othello. Now, Barney has drafted a design.
I think you misspoke.
Marla, if you would. And just so you know the background, Al and Daryl were very close. They lived in Quinny Slip together in the 60s in an old abandoned loft. Al was to be a part of our inaugural season in Godot, but he had to pull out. Since then, we've kept in conversation with Al. He became very hot to trot about doing Othello, but doing Othello with a very different motif. There was a great American literary critic, Waldo Goblik, and Goblik has a book where he writes about Othello, Shakespeare's Secrets. You see Othello done all the time. And in most productions, the role of Othello is played by an actor who's Black or Arab. We take that for granted. But in truth, it's quaint or sentimental to only see the casting of Othello as a Black or Arab. And obviously, Shakespeare didn't have Black actors in the 17th century. So what Al and Trent are doing with this Othello is sheer genius. The genius is this, because Othello is essentially a play about theater. Everybody in Othello is playing a role. Well, they have chosen to add another layer of meta-theatricality and cast cross-racially. The role of Othello will be played by a white man, Al, of course, and the role of Iago by a Black. Now, I actually saw this done out in Germany at a theater, the Düsseldorfer Schauspielhaus. It was just a workshop, but it has tremendous potential. Tremendous.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, Marla, I'll tell you why. Because it's once in a lifetime, because it's guaranteed to perform, because Al Pacino is fucking dripping with money. And let me point this out as well. If we do it on stage, then we can stream it as well from the Pfister. Now the number of tickets skyrockets.
Brilliant.
We're not just talking 20,000 people. We could get 2 million people. Fuck, man. Was that rhetorical?
No. I mean, why do they want a white Othello and a Black Iago? Just could you explain?
All right. Let me put it this way. There's this moment. Actually, there are many moments, but the moment that keeps coming back is in the final scene. The two actors Al and the actor playing Iago. Two of them come together and they're walking forward. They come all the way downstage. See, the crowd is looking up at them, and they're just standing there. Then they start the light just whoop. You see, Goblik says that nobody has ever really understood this play, Othello and Iago. They seem on the outside to be different people, but it isn't as simple as that. There's much more to it. When they unmask, the entire audience understands. They're the same man. Othello is Iago. Iago is Othello. Black, white, just an artifice. I mean, that speaks to me very deeply. Now, let's see, Barney, yeah, here's Barney's idea. Voila, Othello. So we get the star here, start to scroll, and now there's All My Sons. We pushed a winner. This we do both live and stream as well, okay? So a new offer for a new season, Othello remix and All My Sons on demand. It's like on demand, but on demand.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Well, it appears that Al is in blackface.
Yes.
He's in blackface.
Didn't I just get through explaining that?
I thought when you said mask, you meant that as some sort of metaphor.
It is a metaphor.
Okay.
And it's literal.
Wait, so okay. You're saying we're doing Othello with Al Pacino in blackface. Have you lost your mind?
Okay, Marla.
No, really. Like, this is supposed to solve our problems? Like, I'm speechless.
Well, I am aware that this is a provocative approach, and I myself have been thinking on it for some time.
Oh, good.
In fact, I asked the Schauspielhaus. I asked this of Wilfried Schultz, the artistic director of the Schauspielhaus. I said, how was this received when you did it in Dusseldorf about that aspect? And he said, ja, there was concern.
Uh-huh.
They had concerns, and they had no pushback whatsoever. Reason they didn't is there is an Ethiopian man who is an actor, who is, in fact, the co-star of this. And as I believe I have already explained, he also is in makeup as well as Iago on stage with Al. So that's why. Look, it's perfectly okay for Black people to play whites all the time.
What?
So why isn't it okay for a white man?
No. This is a white man in blackface.
I know that, well, okay, that we'll have to consider this and explore it with care, obviously.
But we are gonna get protests. We're gonna get death threats, like whether or not you care about appropriation or not, like things that are happening in the world. Like, this is 2020.
Perhaps, Marla, perhaps, but I mean, I have to say the Schauspielhaus didn't have protests.
All right. Well, what if you're wrong? What if the community does respond badly?
And which would be.
Which would be why is American National Theater
Wait. Why is Al Pacino, a major artist, so insensitive about playing the role of Othello?
Sure.
Well, if I was Al Pacino, I'd say, I played Jewish men too. And I played a Cuban man in Scarface. That's a color. Nobody cared about that.
But.
And I'd say I played a blind man in Scent of a Woman, and I played a gay man in Dog Day Afternoon, and in Carlito's Way, I played a Latinx.
You know, I don't think.
And in Salome, what is King Herod?
Greek, I think. Roman.
Jewish.
How is this
He's
relevant?
Jewish. Herod is Jewish.
Oh, so another Jew. The point is, Al is a man who crosses over. And he's not trying to imitate or appropriate. This is a brave reinvention of Othello that is using Brechtian intellectual dialectics to say something that's important about our times.
What does it say?
Well, it says what I just said. I feel like we're going around in circles. Look, this isn't the Lion King, okay? You want to talk about appropriate? Next, it's got the approbation of an Ethiopian man who does not think this is misrepresenting or politically anything. And we have Al, Al cares about this very deeply. And you can be sure that Al is not doing this so he can walk into racial insults, and nor do I. So, but let's, maybe you're right. Let's say there could be a controversy. Let's talk to publicity. Garrick, what do you think? This could be provocative. There could be a controversy coming. And if there was, what could we do to get ahead of that? And is it possible that we could promote this as a provocative but positive thing?
Sure. Sorry, helicopter. Well, listen, I think that there's a couple of routes it could go. Partially, I think, yes, exactly like you said. Majoring on Al. Al, first and foremost. His acclaim, awards, immense influence as a cultural figure, so forth. All those are obviously big positives. And then as far as the potentially divisive element goes...
Potentially. Have you looked at the logo? Look, we don't need potentially on this.
Marla, I asked Garrick a question.
Go ahead.
So look, I hear what Marla is saying, what she's trying to say. Al is not a black man. Why should it be okay for him to wear blackface, play Othello, right? So, I mean, number one, I think we got to be mindful of language. Calling something, quote, blackface simply because somebody's, darkening up a little. Perhaps it's part of a larger dramaturgical gestalt.
Thank you.
Well, secondly, this whole thing that people shouldn't play other races, I mean, let's just simply carry that logic through, okay? Questions of representation aside, which personally, of course, I completely and totally support. I think it is a very thin, very perforated line. Because, once you open that can of worms, it's just, shouldn't it go both ways? And, obviously we have had Black Willie Loman.
Exactly.
And we have Black Blanche Dubois's,
right?
Black Hickey's, so on. And then, I just think certain aesthetic angles, right? I.e. the power of art, the power of acting. In other words, what do actors do? They blend. They shift. They X, Y, and Z, right? So that could be helpful. Artistic process, empathy, etc., etc.
This clearly will work.
Well, look, certainly this is not your conventional production concept per se. And sure, I mean, for some, it might be a very tough pill to swallow.
For some.
But what can we do to help shape a palatable and public discourse? That, to me, is what's key. And in that regard, I think that there's any number of ways that we can skin that cat. One idea, the graphic. Because well, it seems like to me, at least on my screen, skin tone wise, Al is going pretty dark. Could we perhaps tinker with that? Less of a jet black, go more mulatto, perhaps like a light brown sienna, then let some of Al's skin bleed through.
Sure.
Then great, then we get the meta, we get the Brechtian. This might actually be really interesting as a statement, the whole kind of dichotomy, the duality, the sort of deconstruction of social constructions, all of that.
Right. And how about we partner up with Breitbart? Maybe that's our marketing strategy. The neo-Nazis are an untapped subscriber base, purge with the Proud Boys. This would be just their thing. Maybe we hit up Steve Bannon. I think his support is really who we need on this.
Actually, that is not a bad idea. No, really. It's a matter of fact. Bannon would be perfect if he's not in jail still.
No, he's out now, I believe.
I was fucking joking.
He used to produce off-Broadway. He loves Shakespeare. Look, it's the COVID marketplace. The entire internet landscape is just a viable funnel. So why not? The alt-right would just have a field day. Tactically, you'd be making a touch point with a community that typically has not done a lot of theater going. So, but in terms of geo-targeting and new lead prospects, it could give Ant a real hedge.
It certainly would differentiate us from all the other not-for-profit.
Exponentially increase visibility. Virtually, expense-free.
Well, if you think it's got legs.
Absolutely.
You all have gone fucking insane.
All right, Marla, you have had your chance.
No, wait. Now, I have sat here and I've listened to you all spouting your white supremacist bullshit, saying that blackface is a construct.
Whoa.
We're white supremacists, even though you just listened to Garrick, who essentially feels the same way that Garrick thinks the way I do. He agrees.
Look, she has no argument. She just wants to throw invective and attack.
You know what? Do it. You all think it's such a good idea, gonna be your cash cow?
You haven't even seen the piece.
I don't need to see the piece. It's just Al Pacino in blackface.
He's just so angry about this.
Yes, I am upset. I do not consider myself a producer of fucking minstrel shows.
Oh. Marla, please.
Y'all are gonna get eaten alive. Straight out eaten alive.
They didn't get eaten alive in Dusseldorf.
Because it's Dusseldorf. Good.
Wow. Time to look for a new associate producer, too?
Hey, Steph.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, God. So you hear about our white nationalist season next season?
Sorry.
The lunatics have officially taken over the asylum. Listen to what we just approved the program. Get ready. Al Pacino is playing Othello in blackface. Not even shitting you. I flipped on Andy. Literally, I fucking lost it. I called him a Nazi. Oh God, that felt good. And then everybody turns and starts going off on me. Even fucking Garrett. Like, oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Oh, it's Brechtian statement, freedom of expression.
Yeah, Marla, I don't know if they've already told you, but I'm leaving.
What?
Yeah, I resigned
When?
today.
Are you serious? Steph. So it's just gonna be me here. Okay, that's it. I won't be able to survive alone. So what happened? It's about last Friday, about the panel. You just quit. You have something lined up? What's going on?
Um, so Friday I was alone with Andy on Zoom, and he basically he started saying really inappropriate things.
Like what?
It's kind of just obscene and disgusting.
Okay.
And I could hear him. He was masturbating.
What?
Then I talked to Betty.
He was masturbating.
Yeah.
Like actually?
Yeah. I have a videotape.
What the fuck?
Anyway, so I called Betty to report, what happened, and she basically said there's nothing she can do. And if I had a problem with Andy, that I should just sorry. I'm just this is just a lot.
I understand. Okay, so you have proof.
So I do have proof.
And you talked to Betty, and what did you tell her?
I just said that, he makes me really uncomfortable. And
Did you tell her about Friday?
I did. Not every detail, but yeah.
Did you tell her that he was?
No.
You didn't?
No. We only talked for like 5 minutes, and she made it really clear that she really didn't want to know anything, and that if push comes to shove, it will come down to me or him. And since he's the one running the company now, there really isn't anything she can do.
Did she say that for a fact?
In so many words.
Oh, fuck that. That's fucking negligence. It's total malfeasance.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, she's the managing director, so it sucks, but at least they're letting me go in a way that allows me to collect unemployment, and I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. So, I'd rather have peace of mind. The only thing is this contract they want me to sign.
What contract?
Here, I'll send it. Basically, I can't say shit about what happened. If I do, they'll sue me.
Wow. What the fuck is this? The fucking Weinstein Company now? There's no way you're signing this. Okay. Let me think. You know what? I know who I'm gonna call. Sit back, relax.
Who are you calling?
My lawyer friend. They're not getting away with this. Like it's either him or you. You know what? You can play that game. You can play the fuck out of that game. Take them to court, sue the fuck out of them. That's what I say.
And who exactly am I going to sue? Huh? The theater? Andy?
Look,
No one's gonna fucking believe me. I'm never gonna win. It would just end up being a total fucking embarrassment.
but you have evidence. You have proof. Shit.
Look, I tried. What else am I supposed to do? Life isn't fair. It just isn't. This is really my best option to just, take myself out of the situation. And I'm okay with that.
Maybe you should go to JP.
JP.
He's the chairman of the fucking board.
Right. So he can get his fucking rich Wall Street attorneys to just like shut me up and keep me tied up in court forever.
Well, then go to the press. But I'm serious. Let's go to the Times. Blow the lid off the whole fucking place. Like, who can we call?
Kurt Daly.
Yes. Let's go to Kurt Daly.
I already did.
But you did what?
I went to the Times.
You went to the Times?
Yeah.
When?
This morning.
All right. So you're getting a story. Are you getting a story?
He didn't want to do it.
Why didn't he want to do it?
It seems that the Times is no longer interested in any more Me Too entertainment stories. Novelty's worn off. It's the pandemic. They have a narrative arc they're working on. They're interested in abuse in new areas like the FBI and NASCAR.
NASCAR. Did he say that?
Yeah, verbatim. Yeah.
But did you say did you tell him you had a videotape?
He watched the tape.
And he still doesn't want to. But you have evidence. You have proof.
It just isn't clickable. The only thing they care about is what you're going to spend the next 5 minutes looking at on your phone. And nobody has ever heard of Andy Martin. Nobody's ever heard of the Ant. Nobody off Broadway matters. And so nobody's going to click on that story. And you can't write a story unless someone's going to click on it.
So you're telling me you spoke to Kirk Daly. He interviewed you
for like 3 hours. Yeah, that was fucking fun too. The dude kept making me answer questions like, oh, what exactly happened? And why didn't you leave the Zoom call? And what were you really thinking? Now tell me about the other time and blah, 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 blah. And
what other time? What does that mean, the other time? What happened? What happened?
This is going to bring the mood down. Okay. It was during Peer Gynt. We were starting to see each other like outside of work.
You were dating?
Semi-dating, sort of. It was confusing.
Okay.
He started texting me one day, personal things. And then, it went from texting me every now and again to texting me frequently. And the one night we met up, we went to the Armory, to the Minuchkin show. He took me. And then he's like this member at this club. It's in Midtown. So we went there, and I don't remember everything, but I remember we were drinking and he just kept saying, oh, you should come home with me. You you should come home with me. You should come home with me. And I'm like, no, that's a really bad idea, you know? And he just kept telling me, like, from the moment he met me, that he's been fantasizing about me and that he wanted to like marry me, all this bullshit. So by this time, I'm like fucking wasted. And we end up in a cab. And I remember him holding me down. We were in his apartment, and then he just started trying to go inside me. And when I said no, he just took me by the throat. You look horrified. So the next time I see him, you know, like at the office, he's just like super nice. Like nothing had happened. You know, that's how he always acted, like he had never done anything. And for a long time, part of me actually wondered, like, because I was blacked out and he was definitely drunk too. You know, I just thought, I don't know, I just like started making excuses in my head. But like, I don't buy it. I don't buy that he had no idea what happened, or that he couldn't have stopped himself, or that like he couldn't even fucking just like apologize to me. You know, that was like the fucking scariest part. He's always acted so fucking normal. Until Friday.
So you didn't tell
No.
Betty about this? Did you tell?
The reporter?
Yeah.
Well, he asked me.
Steph, you should go to the police. I'm serious. Like, this needs to be reported. He can't just be roaming around free.
Late. I mean, maybe if I had like gone immediately and gotten like a rape kit. So, someone's got to take on the panel. Do you think I could hand that over to you? Marla.
It just doesn't make any sense. Kurt Daly agrees to talk. You call. He says yes. Do you have a story? Let's talk.
They're only interested in big fish. Maybe he thought I had a story about Al Pacino.
So I go, Sir Stewart, I think you have the wrong Andy Martin. And there's a pause. Then I do beg your pardon.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Wait. Let me get my bubbly. Wait a minute.
Go, Mickey. Go. Woo!
Yes, you just gave us a lot of money. I think you need some booze.
I think I need a lot of booze. Okay, bubbly. Here we go. There we are.
Bubbly. Oh.
To Ant.
Oh, well, is there anyone so moved to say anything? This is it. This is the moment.
It's big.
You.
Thank you, JP, for allowing us to live another day. You have saved the cherry orchard.
Well, when this is all over, I'd really love to have all of you come down here, join me in Bermuda. Look how beautiful it is. And we'll do a lot more justice, a few more glasses in our hands. Look at that. Beautiful.
Here he
I-
is.
Our law was made a distant moon ago here. July and August cannot be too hot.
Ah.
And there's a legal limit to the snow here in Camelot.
Camelot.
Beautiful.
I hope it's nice and
The
Bermuda.
winter can't. The winter is forbidden till December. And ends on March the 2nd on the spot. By order, summer lingers through September. In Camelot, yada-da. Camelot. I know it sounds bizarre, but in Camelot, that's how conditions are. To end.
Cheers.
So you're going to be assisting Andy, our artistic director mainly, and I'll leave it to him to give you his introduction to what that will entail. Have you seen any of the A&T shows before?
No, I have not.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything going on right now.
Oh,
You've come at a rather unusual time. We were doing Death and the King's Horseman, a cyber performance.
right.
Basically, the production was, what the word we're using is unilateral withdrawal. The unilateral withdrawal by Wole Soyinka of his play. It was very sudden, very surprising. We were in rehearsals. We were selling tickets.
Wow, that must have been so awful.
It was awful. It was, Alice.
Alec.
Alex? Sorry. In any event, all right, now, you may have seen the article in the New York Post about this.
Othello.
This Othello production, in which, according to them, Al Pacino was to play Othello in blackface. It's just total craziness. Of course, no such production ever existed, but our own associate producer, we have no idea why or how, she heard what was essentially just fiction, that Al Pacino was going to play Othello in blackface at the American National Theater, and then decided she would leak the story.
Oh, wow.
So then Twitter went berserk. Broadway World picked up on it, the Daily Mail, and now you have it printed in a major New York paper that we were doing this, and God damn it, you can be sure that we weren't. Anyway, our lawyer wrote a letter to the editor. It's on our website. Just take a look, take a moment to look at that. And that associate producer, needless to say, has been let go. So a lot on the plate. The upshot is we have a superb production coming up that we're very excited about, directed by Blaise Jackendoff. He's one of our top young talents. He's done 4 shows with us, and he's in rehearsals now for the show that we've been developing, a podcast musical, Akatsuki. The cast, who are all Asian American, are great. We've made banners. It has a very political statement, this piece. So the theater is actually in a wonderful place. As far as numbers, such distinctive upward trends. We'll see how it all works out. But right now we are projected to end in the black for fiscal 20, which is comforting, a true testament that we have friends who will support us even in a dark time. Helps put things in perspective, terrible as it is. There's just, there's cycles, unexpected blips, and they come and they go. And no matter how much trouble this crazy horse crap world stirs up, no matter how much you get beaten and beaten and beaten again, you just, by the thick skin of your teeth, keep going. And time marches on, things change, and you regenerate. It's important to remember that. So I'm always here on Zoom. If you need anything, just ping me and I'll click back on.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, no, you're welcome. Andy will be on in a few minutes, I'm sure.